好，继续吧。
He's working at the tannery.
Huh? What? I wasn't dozing off.
棺材这边真的是个公墓哎、晃一下。这谁家？偷窃？会被发现吗？可以开耶、开啦，哪次不开？犯罪活动，不要被别人看见哦，没人可以看到我吧？这没有人吧 ？OK 的啦。这是摄影机吗？应该不是吧 ？OK， 进入那个什么，这是边水镇嘛？我还没有很记得它的全名。哇！哦，站。终端，兴奋要玩。哦，带有纯正标示，耐久度更高，更值钱。纯正键盘标示为一颗钻石，看一下。哦，这个原本是用来挖土的，不过拿来打脸也挺好。提前退休。洛克威尔董事长采用抽签方式进行，获选者即可飞往翡翠鸟的明珠拜占庭。你们看这个终端，它是干嘛的？实体越多，折扣越多。终端欢迎你，初级创创者。这是那个铁锹季报，库存日志，黑客一绕过密码绕过，肖多格兰界，于13 F 墓地成功下葬，少了一只手。就是他那个，这是那个受伤者的家吧？哦，偷东西应该不会被他发现吧？哼。水岸镇，过图了。真的是个城市，好像不是每个人家都可以进去。没有很大。专场点数，这个升级是不同的东西哦。选择专场点数购买专场，每升2级获得一个新的专场点数。这个活动也会比如产生缺陷，做个专 获得5个新专长就会开启下一个专长阶级。姨妈希望你能做到最好。看一下，1耶。哦。看一下，无队友时伤害，只有我一个人的时候。哇，生命值。50。选择障碍，负重啦，我是仓鼠型玩家，负重。理发店呢？我看一下我的任务哦。理发店就是这个没错啊，康拉德。可以进去。就是你付钱啦。
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness. This is what happens when you eat with your fingers. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment. Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions. I mean that I can't possibly pay my gravesite fees. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
真的戏很多哎。
Thank you, no. I despise the cereals. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies.
医疗权利。
Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings.
他是在打悲情牌吗？
Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions.
欠条哎。啊，没有选项啊。
Much obliged.
看任务，他付不起费用，这件事应该跟他说一下。哎呦，他还真的是心理伤障人员的那个，我们的前台开枪自杀了。哦，菲利斯，那个王八蛋。会被他看到吧？
What can I do for you?
哦，看到那个资讯后，我就可以有这个选项了。
Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor?
你是负责准备下葬尸体。
You may think that, but the tidiness of my fellow worker is my responsibility, alive or otherwise. Whether you're showing up to work or going to that great cannery in the sky, it's
他
my
是一个
job
理
to
发
make you
师
look
兼
like
那
a
个仪
million
容整
bits.
理师。
You know about Eugene? How?
耸肩，看他直接诚诚跟他讲。
Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. I didn't approve of the idea then, and I don't approve of it now. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave. More than a few. Those teeth were his personal savings. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
你别无选择。
Yes, I suppose I must. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
这个意思就是说，我让这个人拿那个账目文件去给那个塞拉斯，叫塞拉斯自己把尸体挖出来，去拔那几颗牙的意思。成功了，这我就成功了。哦，挺有趣的哦。没有任务提示是不是？启用。哦，有了。来，继续去催账啊，把钱交出来啊！ 这是谁？
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson.
艾伯纳西。
Never been healthier. Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
Oh.
You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state? Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows.
哦，骗他一下。
Sounds like he's already told you. You may as well hear it from me. I'm dying. I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching. And soon I shall be ushered through the great cannery in the skies. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one. I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelancing for me, I could really use the help.
他有任务给我。我的佣金你付不起。
I'll scratch something together for you. Sell off some of my sundry at Moreau's if I have to. Just hear me out. There's a cache of ant facility tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me. I'll do what I can.
那你会有守卫吧？
You will not find any guards within sight of that old place. Marauders, on the other hand. It is a reality of life in the Vale. Grass is brown, sky is gray. Marauders are outside the walls. So you'll do it then?
好啦，我帮你。
You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh,
这应该不会有
Lord,
实现吧？
now I can feel it.
社区中心。
Just keep your head down when you're in there. Marauders have taken over. Probably tracking mud all over the archives. I know that, but I got nobody else to turn to. Reed would have wrote me up. Constable would have locked me up and wrote me up. Could have gone to see the good vicar, but I never did find my courage.
哪里了？他在干嘛？他既然都这样讲了，我就不客气了。好，继续去讨
You're
账。
making a mistake working for Abernathy. Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead.
哦，有选择。
I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do. Alright, here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you. Something like that. Look, I'm not in the habit of law breaking, but sometimes you've got to do the wrong thing for the right reasons.
哦，这句话有道理。
That's all I can ask of you.
我一定要时时刻刻这样拿着枪吗？看一下哦，有一个小任务出现了。小任务跟支线任务有什么差？看一下哦。菲利斯·路德维格，继续去讨债啊！这真的很有那种末日感哎，果然是那个黑曜石出的哎。虽然我没有玩过 Fallout， 可是大概能体会。病假。辛勤工作的人为灵魂注入活力，身体的疾患反映的是精神与人格的疾患。如果你发现自己陷入病痛，请考虑与你当地的牧师安排会面。还有宗教的存在。这是什么？电梯。这个过程等于在读图啦。
Monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
这是市
The
长，
cans bust open an oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson, I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the
不
cans
是鱼，
with
它就是走在罐头里面放什么东西。
not fish.
来看我，等一下，调一下音量。
Sir, I've been doing my best. Honest.
This is not a complicated notion, Parvati. The cannery is the beating heart of our institution. And what is it we say about the cannery?
So long as the machine of the cannery runs, the machinery of life runs.
Precisely. Although, I do wish you'd put a little more pride into our slogans.
这个小
I do
镇
apologize.
是
I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
这个小镇是以罐头出产出名的嘛？看起来目前像是这样子。里面是金枪龟这样。
You were saying, Miss Holcomb.
It's just what Bess needs is a proper refurbish. I can bandage her up and what all, but she's just old. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll do better.
And I do wish you'd stop referring to our cannery as Bess. Personification of company property is strictly contrary to the Spacer's Choice Code of Conduct. My apologies. I am not in the habit of allowing my guests to witness such a row. Now, what can I do for you?
我们可以从自我介绍开始。我是小蔡。
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
我不为太空人之选公司工作。
Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
功率调节器。
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
把自己烤熟。
Oh, yes. Saw someone put his hands on a regulator while the power was running. His legs were still twitching when we buried him. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
你好像是在做坏事啊。
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
你说掠夺者可算不上人。
The people living in the
逃
botanical
亡者。
labs. They're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
已经逃出去的人，你还要他回来，那颗心就不在了。哦，就得按人头收费。解决掉我的发言很往超出他思索的2-3步哎，他还没有这么说，我怎么就说我要解决掉他们啊？
My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
好多任务，我怎么样能认出她？
Adelaide's older than the other deserters.
她是女
She's
的，
dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership.
有什么原因吧？对啊，
That reason was me. I asked too much and pushed too hard. But I am ready to make amends if they are willing to return to the fold. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
这个穿这套老式格子西装跟戴这种圆顶帽的人，他这个表情让我觉得他好像不是什么好人呢。
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
当然，
Great. I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
咱们走吧。有了一个妹子同行同伴，以各式各样的方式为你提供帮助、资源，加强我的技能，提高我的负重、激励。可能你得先完成另一个任务，之后某些人才会帮助你。哦， 就是透过任务去解锁红伴呐。你的钥匙，我可以把它干掉嘛，对不对？
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
他瞬移过来了。他有血量哎。
Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. Can we chat? Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
这个想法就是我的想法。
Oh, he ain't a liar. He believes every word he says. It's just, he doesn't always get where other folk are talking from. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
这阵确实有问题，我这么快就做出决定了。阿德莱德
Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh, no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all the food taste decent. She used to work up in the big office with Mr. Thompson. All I know is she left after her son died. It was a real big to-do. I could hear them both yelling clear from my own place.
肯定也是因为这个罐头企业的什么问题，导致他儿子死了，他才决定要出走这个水岸小镇吧？为什么要吵架？
Can't say as I know. I wasn't there. The sound carried, but not the words. If Mr. Thompson ain't have a mind to tell you his own self, you'd best ask Miss McDevitt, if he can get out to her. Life's hard here, especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. About if what Mr. Thompson proposes to do is upright. Leaving Miss McDevitt's folk to their fate. They're neighbors. Kin. And maybe he can think of something else to try. Something we ain't. He used to go walking outside town. Maybe he found something that'll help. It's just an idea. That's all.
哦，这就是主线在暗示啦。他在哪里
The mission's on the east side of town. You can't miss it. On account of it being the only clean thing.
好，主线 NPC 在暗示啦，就是说，就是说去找那个牧师可能会有新的剧情之类的。哇，贩售机耶！黑客达到20以上就可以将物品售出哦。只有在拥有势力声望才能购买或找到事实。看一下，什么都买不起啊！比特币吗？看看这里，罐头工厂啊。
I don't have time for this.
我没有看到新鲜的渔获啊！哎呦，这什么？灵鼠？你知道吗？凡是人类的太空殖民地都有灵鼠踪迹，你肯定在想关我屁事吧？这些的文本很有趣哎，就是像是那种家属害鼠的感觉啊。哦，我跟他讨债嘛。 看一下。感染之状已在大量人群中肆虐，为面议员工将旧住宅改为病房。瘟疫就是生活的一部分。他们现在在面对某一种瘟疫哦，爽啦！哦，如果说这游戏的 NPC 会有办法做出他之后进到这个办公室，发现东西不见了，然后来问我说，或是有出现那个对话来问我说，是不是你偷了我的东西？那这游戏就是神作。有办法做到这个地步的话，但是目前看起来好像是还没有。讨债。
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy.
墓葬费，这来收墓葬费的。
Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment.
哦，这些文件签的不是你的名字。
Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill. If you're not familiar with board law, you ought to be. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame though. Eugene was a good worker. Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's choice handguns aren't the most reliable. Not half as awful as the bill Eugene left us with. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism. When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it.
哇，这个制度。
In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's choice.
本该，所以没有赔吗？
Look around. Edgewater ain't exactly swimming in luxury. We can't afford to pay the body price of a suicide. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
塞拉斯可能藏了什么事情呢？我觉得。
Yeah, huh?
西药都。托布森。今天这个小镇就是因为医疗资源不足啊，所以他觉得这个人公态度很好，所以批准他使用医疗资源，所以代表很多染病的人可能没有医疗资源可以使用。谢谢。我应该不能动这些设备吧？啊，剩下一个收档费了，路德维格。可以关门吗？我要偷东西。算了， 算了，有人在这边就算了。那路德维格的人在外面呢。Satuna Cannery 金枪龟罐头工厂。哎，这是跟我来的地方不一样哎。哦，这可以开进去，可以翻进去。
Easy.
学爆了，学爆了！这也是个拾荒游戏啊！睡眠，暂时不用。里面有怪，里面有怪，这不是我目的地。可以给同伴装备防具跟武器。等一下，到底他人在哪？开工人之血酒馆。嗯，对啊，这里啊。哦，哎，哇，我从这边出去不就好了？人家这任务导演是怎么回事啊？哎，狗狗的 internal autonomy 那个什么构造图，这是罐头工厂。对啊，这里这个任务导演怪怪的。
I'll just be a minute.
You had a minute. Next one comes out of your pay.
Ease off the threats, friend. I'm going.
Boss's orders. We all got quotas to make.
Carry on.
他的休息时间。哦。付钱。
When I was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month.
付钱啦！
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff.
这家伙看起来像个王八蛋。
The war! The coming apocalypse! Man versus machine! I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies.
哎，该不会真的把我干掉吧？
Oh, they mean to. Just you wait. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant. Clattering about, firing at the birds, orchestrating their uprising.
这家伙是不是有病啊？
When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing shoulder to shoulder with the resistance? You can gird yourself in the armor of righteousness, soldier. From this moment on, you are a proud member of the resistance. They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town.
The scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations.
Time machine.
Cross it off, then report back. Mechanical's got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, the blue glowy square thing.
好好，我帮你解决问题，你先付钱。
I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling. Mechanical repellent! A stroke of inspiration from the law itself. Here, I've been saving up a couple of bits for just such a project. Go on.
有什么仇什么怨？
I'm Ludwig Miller, Associate Security Officer for Transportation. Officially? Unofficially? Strictly between you and me. I am the only thing standing between Edgewater and total annihilation.
嘿，看这个神经病啊！工作台。可以在家里睡觉。哦，我还以为是枪哎，枪我就干走了。哦，有人在外面算了。看一下，这已经完成了耶。最近没有传送，对不对啊？哎，可以耶，可以传送。哦，就完任务了。Mantis Wall。螳螂跟什么什么的那个结合字，跟虫群。回任务了。
Hey, Miss Parvati, come for a visit?
Not today. Just helping this fella.
可以攻击他是不是？哦，没有。
Lovely to see you about, Miss Parvati.
我人在这里。
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him careful and true, Miss. Best to ask her yourself.
什么意思？这两个人有什么过节？
My dad's buried here. Silas watches over him when I can't leave the house. Oh. Well, thanks.
Something I can do for you?
我有问题要问你，油精。对。
Yeah? What about him? Yeah. Funny thing, Eugene's body ain't where it's supposed to be. The night we were supposed to commend his body to the earth, I had his grave all dug up and ready, right? And so I thought, I'll just rest my eyes a bit. When I woke up, his body was gone. Spirited away. Vanished. The footprints nearby suggested that Eugene was stolen by marauders. Or he rose from the dead. Let me know if you find anything.
我问题要问你。
Yeah?
看一下哦。回任务了。
Fancy threads. That some kind of hibernation suit? You run into any trouble? Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to.
说服。声望提升呢。
Abernathy was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy.
他确信你知道这一点。
I needed his fees because of his name. A for Abernathy. He was at the top of my list, you see? And I'll buy you a drink sometime. Suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves
又
another.
跟他凹了150块。如果敌人处于敌对，但是你的声望并非格杀勿论。哎，那个什么我没看到。交城声望，你在声望中改变。如果敌人处于敌对，但是你的声望并非格杀勿论，短暂离开几天会让事情平息下来。我想一下这句话是什么意思啊？哦，攻击某个大势力成员会损害声望。有没有声望表啊？啊，又有10点，好棒哦！20。20。好，希望看一下，哦，好多。董事会。亚光速打捞运输服务，内部关系错综复杂。哦，有证哎！太空人之选是最受预算有限的殖民者期待的品牌，此安镇及翡翠谷地区全境都是太空人之选公司所有。战术时间膨胀持续，为什么可以这么久？120秒没有吧？是12秒还120秒？只是你的人物点点，认识一下你自己。我怎么肚子有点怪怪的，受不了。接下一个任务吧。这是主线哎。Time Machine， 这是帮他偷药嘛？这个是干掉机器人嘛？先帮他偷药呗。哦，真的可以很久哎。我开始有点在想，这游戏是不是真的适合露营哦？因为大部分时间都在和 NPC 对话周旋。我在想啊，是不是只录主线，支线不要录，对不对？我在想是这样子啊，就跟那个有什么一样啊？那个 Prey 猎魂，我那时候好像虽然看起来像是全录了，但是我好像到后半也是只录主线。哎，巫师3啊！记得那时候在玩巫山的时候，我是只录主线嘛，支线好像都没怎么录，都自己去解嘛。打开那换台已经晋升了，使用快速近战击退。我有那技能嘛？那边有敌人呢。可是这游戏的支线文本看起来也很丰富，说。小怪啊！我是人类敌人呢，是小老鼠啊！尼古丁，其他敌人今天这么多、啊，这东东我要获取什么有用的讯息吗？ 不去了。Dissenters in our midst。这是什么？这是那个，好像又跟那个机械体好像没什么关系。看一下，营销处个人文档。低脂金龟枪广告创意，只溶再擦，不溶于口，脂肪更少，仍有鲜鱼味道，贤者时间到。金龟枪们会感谢你的，警告可能导致幻听。发给托布森的，现在项目怎么样了？头脑风暴就是 brainstorming 啊，就是那个集思广益。不感兴趣，因为这样的产品做出来会和我们的其他产品造成竞争。但是事实上，我觉得金枪龟本身的含量可以再低一点。更沉的罐头包装，这样每罐都可以少放一些金枪龟，达到节省自己的目的。哇，这个托布森真的是个王八蛋哎！但中了一点点的罐头中装满轻了一点点的金龟枪，你已被从营销处革职啊！将你从营销处转调罐头工厂，哇，这个人是被降职了。QQ 哎，开了楼上那一个门哎，刚刚没有害，还好险。比特卡带就是钱嘛，对不对？对，比特卡带就是钱的意思啊！我在想说什么卡带，跳过去吧。哎，进不去哦。
Sorry, I can't do it. Sure. Okay. Sure, on my way.
X.
Be right there.
还跳过来吗？哎，会耶，至少不是瞬移过来，还算有诚意。进不去，这种都进不去的，这是什么意思啊 ？Evicted， 封锁吗？我不这个字看过，但我不认识哎，尴尬。哦。他很猛哎，这是网。他会回血吗？他会。哦，这个伤刚拿的机关枪哎，我突击步枪，突击步枪。哦。赞呐！那是 那是怪吗？还要去绕人了，是不是？我会站回血啦，所以先不用喝水。我是不是应该不要这样浪费弹药啊？电，这都是武器嘛？那么多，加农炮哎、欸！这个有钻石。哇吼！然后我比较想要狙击枪之类的东西。这个不错，这个不错。我不喜欢跟人家正面硬干啊。哦，这可以吃吗？持续2分钟哦。这有没有快捷键之类的啊？吃掉了、欸。哦，这是把东西放上来，然后在吸的时候会有效果，这样。按错，抱歉。这真的是实况游戏，越来越觉得它可能不适合录影哦。捡东西啊 ！Nice， 东西是我的，又不是你的。他人替我感到高兴，我也是欣慰。这2个是共用弹药，真的进不去吗？有没有别的路？我在花很多资源才能进去，东西要很好哦。哦，这刚不是拿到了吗？看有没有更好的武器？哇！突击步枪，一样的东西啊！突击步枪，怎么那么多？有什么差？我怎么那么多武器？怎么那么多种？不是吧？狩猎步枪，重。对啊，我想要有狙击枪系列的武器。远远的解决敌人比较算是我的 style 啦。虽然我不玩 FPS 啊。有没有敌人？让我试一下刀啊。然后这时可以慢动作吗？可以的，而且可以随时开关。 哎、有点逼真啊！我在瞄准的时候会镜头会飘哎、这爽度很够哎、狙击打头伤害很高哎、爽度很够，爽度很够。都轻型弹药、哦，没东西。会不会满包啊？我觉得会耶。哦哟，这把好，就这样。社区中心，这是一个大空间。Go， 去拿药。哎，我靠，这都是敌人！哇哇哇！有没有搞错？太多人了，等一下太多人了。我靠，有没有处决的选项啊？有哎、有哎、这是处决吧？伤害很高哎、一刀160哎、看什么动作啊？等一下，现在我，这让我想到了我们伟大的 Q 大 Q 的一个宗旨啊。当没有人活着见到你的时候啊，你前行就成功了。唐龙兽，我想看一下有龙是不是？这里没人。这是什么？后甲骨猿。鱼耶！金枪龟，金枪龟本人呐、啊。跟现在的鲑鱼一样。哦，犬怪，学名贝塔犬 ，Beta lupus， 分布于各个区域。驯养犬怪跟野生犬怪，野生犬怪成全兽也是，驯养后的就会变宠物哎，那我可以有吗？很可爱欸。都死人啊！都是轻型弹药，可是我喜欢玩狙击枪哎。有老鼠的声音。5块是不是？真的，它是5块还是白圈？哇哦！等一下，这是近战用的吧？等一下，这游戏的武器怎么给的这么大方啊？衰啦！追猎有限责任公司，一指唐龙兽女王订单的近况样本，他们订的是样本啊。大厅的钥匙卡片恢复了，可以向指挥官或2楼办公室借用。哦，这个是在讯息，2楼有钥匙卡。 或是干掉指挥官。楼上有人。我一旦对楼上的人开枪，哦呦，一个人而已嘛，死吧！哦，把它烧成灰烬！哇靠，这个武器！我一旦对楼上的人开枪，就是全面开战了嘛，多猛啊！这种实况游戏对我这种仓鼠症玩家会有很大的满足感。我来喽！好，有两个人。哎，你去哪？你去哪？完了完了，是不是快被发现了？包包满了吧？可以分解吗？拆解有拆解。多的把它给拆了。目前我手上近战这把刀超强的。所以我的近战武器暂时是不用换。有些人可以卖。哦，这是购买，差点按错，我要犯错。有钻石图案的出售。子弹是一定要留着的啊。散弹枪也留着吧。可以买什么好东西没？气护甲可以比较一下吗？头盔对比。前路技能加我想要这个200。近战的改装模块，远程武器技能等于+5。先不要乱花钱好了，回购。这头盔嘛，前行。我有了哦，我还重复购买啊。前行。 卖钱的。这里很大会迷路哦。我感觉出去应该要打一战哦，因为他还没有解决很多人嘛。武器有那个逃亡者手枪，这是有弹夹9、18，要能量弹药哦，一般的。风鼠。我可以出去，但是有2楼我想要去2楼。一定有办法上去的。这里就离开了。有地图，有没有楼梯？我要上楼。有人，有2个人。没有偷看的选项，对不对？他完全没起疑心。啊！钥匙拿到了。按错了，我没有要喝药。拿到什么东西总会有那个叮叮叮的音效。我有一种回到巫师，然后在那边搜刮东西的感觉。是我刚看到的2楼吗？我其实已经可以回去了，但是我想在这边再绕一下。如果没什么东西，就这样子啊。传送吗？不行。后面会不会遇到人啊？可以用谈判来摆平，搪塞过去，用大锤解决也行。看一下，我要给那个老人吗？还是给那个另外一个像是反抗军的女人啊？可以传送，这里随时随地传送真的很方便啊！有2个选项了，那给谁呢？给这看起来像是善良的人好了啦，那个老人感觉怪怪的。
I've got some time. Oh, I'm an actuary. That means I keep tabs on a worker's living expenses. How much it costs to feed, clothe, shelter, bury, and replace your average human worker. Technically, I'm employed by the Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources.
HR 的啦，自己就给他药吧。
Thanks. I'll see to it that this medicine gets to the people who need it. Here, something for your trouble. Nothing personal, but I hope we never do business together again. Don't want to make a habit of consorting with smuggler types.
魅力，再合作了，我有魅力。
You do have some cheek on you. Lucky for you, I kept a little contingency fee in case you tried to negotiate with me.
我额外获得的赞呐。
Somebody deserving. Silas on account of him being out in the cold. Amelia seeing how she's around people all the time. Anybody in the sick room?
好啦，至少我觉得我把药给对人了啦，感觉上是给对人的啦。手枪暴击率，哦，重武器就是狙击枪吧？长管枪械。我不太喜欢玩近战，所以有近战跟格挡应该是不太需要哦。可是我还蛮需要这个闪避的能力耶。好，等一点啊。我不想要走平均加点型，枪械多一点。好，专长。生命值，哦，好，那个老人会怎么样？可以再去找他吗
You wanna mingle? Go try the cantina.
可以跟他讲哎。
You what? But why? I was dependent on you. Does it feel good? Robbing an old man of his last shred of hope?
还真有那么点开心。
Betray a man in his final hours? Of course. I understand. Hell, I'd probably do the same to you, given the chance. So, you just here to watch me die, or what?
是怎样？他一直是说会报复我。我把他家的东西偷光了。我把他家的东西偷光了，然后再把他要的药情报给别人，我真的是好过分哦。好啦，接下来继续解一些无关紧要的小支线。我觉得录影先暂停一下，因为很多时候我感觉这个并不适合录影哦。解主线我们再来录吧，这样子，主线再来录。啊，就是我先自己去体验一下解一些小支线。